I'm Dan Getty, alongside me, Matt Howers. Matt, we had a good one the other night, and we've got a good one for you tonight. Greenwood and Warren Central. Warren Central, one of the hottest teams in the district right now. But when you talk about Greenwood and you talk about scoring, you got to talk about Richie Abercrombie.
Absolutely. Richie Abercrombie has been the man for Greenwood as of late. He's had 4 games where he scored 20 points or more. He's averaging 13.5 points a game. So see him, look for him at the 3-point line, out there, not worried about shooting the ball and really getting after it.
And for Warren Central, you got to think about the big diesel, Devin Sona.
Absolutely. Devin Sona is the #1 scorer and the #1 rebounder for this Warren Central team. He's big inside. He gets a lot of boards. He's really strong defensively as well. Look for him to shoulder most of this Warren Central team.
Well, it'll be a good one. There's no doubt about that. Let's check in with the coaches and get their thoughts.
You got to try and find a way to contain Sona because he's improved so much every year. I've watched him play a lot, you know, from the time he was a freshman and then really playing a lot of varsity as a sophomore, and he just continued to improve. He does a great job of using his body, and he can seal people down low really well, and he always finds a way to get to the offensive glass. And so you've got to find a way to contain him. If he comes out and gets 25 points and 15 boards, it's hard to beat them. You've also got to make sure you take care of the ball. They do such a great job with their pressure. They really like to force the tempo, and you know, a lot of times teams can get out of control and they're not able to set the tempo they want against them. And so, you know, we definitely got to make sure that we try and get the tempo where we need it, and we've also got to find a way to contain him.
They got kids that compete. They compete really hard. They'll knock and bang. They won't back down from us. They make plays. But I hope that our experience and our depth, although they have a lot of depth themselves, will help pay off in our athletic ability.
So there it is. We've got a good one for you. Warren Central and Greenwood men's high school district tournament action. We'll have the starting lineups and the tip in just a moment. Let's set your starting lineups for you first. For the Warren Central Dragons, they will start number 11, Ryan Cummings. Number 45, Devin Sona, the big senior center at 6'5". Number 3, Antoine Barber. Number 4, Turkel Boards. And number 44, Brandon Captain Kirk. For the Greenwood Gators, they will start at guard. Number 3, Neil Dickinson. Number 33, Richie Abercrombie. Number 24, Matt Johnson. Number 10, Brandon Taylor. And number 41, Daniel Tubbs. And Matt, I will tell you a story later on about Mr. Tubbs. He's a jokester on this team and got his coach pretty good the other day. Tonight's officials are Jim Radford, Tony Brown, and Larry Hammer as we get set for the tip. Teams exchanging the handshake. Matt, these guys have played a couple good ones this year, and this will be another.
We've seen a 3-point game and a 21-point game between the two. Warren Central's come out on top both times so far this season. We're anxious to find out what's going to happen here. Tournament time, anything can happen. Expect both teams to come out explosive.
Greenwood controls the tip, and we are underway. Matt, I was here for senior night last week, and the Greenwood fans really feed this team. They get into the game as much as anyone in the state. That shot, no good. Warren Central skying for the rebound. Turkel Boards. He was all fired up. Did you see him screaming, Matt?
Absolutely, and you need somebody like that out there, intense, ready to get after it offensively and defensively.
First shot of the game, no good for the Dragons. Foul on the rebound. Greenwood foul to Richie Abercrombie.
So far, you're seeing both teams come out playing an intense man-to-man defense, really getting after one another. We've only seen a couple possessions so far, but you can tell both teams are really upbeat and really have a lot of intensity going tonight.
Well, the Dragons may be playing the best ball of anyone in the state. They come in here riding a 7-game win streak. Brandon Kirk sticks with it. Missed initially, got it the second one to go. 2-0 your score. Warren Central pulls out in front early.
And we had a chance, the two of us, to see Warren Central play Barron County earlier this year. And Warren Central's defense can be absolutely tenacious at times. Right now they're setting up a 2-2-1 press. Devin Sona being the back man. Everybody else is just going to get crazy, get after it. You're going to see a lot of tip balls, a lot of turnovers, and a lot of steals out of this Warren Central team.
Greenwood trying to get the ball inbounds. It's Daniel Tubbs. Down down the floor in a hurry. Can't get it to go. Greenwood's got to make from in close. At the other end, Ryan Cummings can't connect. Here comes Greenwood. Looks like they want to run.
Yeah, I think both teams are quick teams. Both teams like to get out, like to run the floor a lot. You're going to see a really quick up and down the floor paced game today. It's going to be an exciting one.
Dickinson almost has it taken away. He does have it taken away. Ball out of bounds off Dickinson. Warren Central will get it.
And there's that Warren Central defense that I was talking about 2 seconds ago. We're already going to see it. We're going to see it intense all game. That's the question, though. Can Warren Central keep up this intense pressure the whole game?
Antoine Barber with the ball. Coach Riley calls him a tough player. Also of note, under Coach Riley, every time Warren Central's had a 20-win season, a man named Barber has been a junior or senior on that team.
He's got to be a good luck charm to have a Barber out there.
Greenwood clears the miss and down the floor in a hurry. Shot from Dickinson, no good. 2-0 remains your score. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter of play.
Both teams not taking their time on the offensive court, on the offensive end. Both of them hurrying up their shots, not really setting up their offense. Most of that is attributed to the fact that both teams like to run a lot.
Abercrombie has the three-point attempt blocked from behind by Ryan Cummings.
Bowling Green going to finally set the offense. Greenwood still in that man-to-man pressure. They need to get out on everybody, force the turnovers like Warren Central's doing to them.
Driving, shot up, no good. Sona with the rebound. Cross court, that man's not afraid to fire. Antoine Barber can't get it to go. Warren Central foul on the rebound. Ryan Cummings picks up his first.
And once again, you're going to see the Warren Central defense coming back out here, really getting after them. Going to try to cause some turnovers here.
Brandon Taylor taking it all the way inside, gets the shot to go and the foul. Brandon Taylor, we've said it a lot this year, he is an inspirational player for Greenwood.
He's a perfectionist. He's a hard-nosed guy. He loves to go to the rack like you just saw right there. He does a good job of breaking down this Warren Central defense, getting up, going in strong, not worrying about taking the foul, making his free throws. He's a really solid guard.
And Matt, the Warren Central foul on Ryan Cummings, his second. So Cummings in some early foul trouble, quickly picks up 2. Score tied at 2. Good look from Sona, just couldn't find Cummings. Nice thought, though.
That was a really good look by Sona and a good cut by Cummings. It just so happened that Sona couldn't pick up on it, didn't get the pass to him quick enough. Ball goes out of bounds. Warren Central needs to not hurry up on this offensive side. They need to take their time with this and not turn the ball over.
Westeron has just checked into the game for the Dragons. Daniel Tubbs gets the shot to fall. Coach Couch told us he is a big game player. When it's on the line, Daniel Tubbs comes to play.
He did a good job right there, stepping up, being very confident, being very strong, setting his feet to the basket, going up, elevating as high as he could, and making that shot over top of Devin Sona.
Antoine Barber drives. I thought the ball just went off the backboard. Apparently it was tipped that way, so Warren Central will get it back. Jaquel Boards pulls up, rattles out on him. Good look for Boards, just couldn't get it to fall.
And Warren Central's going to drop back into a man-to-man pressure defense, try to
Daniel
cut down on those.
Daniel Tubbs knocks down the 3, and look at the emotion. He is ready to go. Daniel Tubbs, 5 points already for Greenwood. They open up a 5-point lead, 7-2 your score. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first quarter of play.
Warren Central is really struggling on the offensive end. They're not getting any good looks at the basket because they're not being patient enough.
That one falls to Jaquel Boards, playing the little inside-out game.
Feed Tubbs. He's hot early. Let him keep going to the basket.
There he goes. He goes in, draws the foul. Tubbs will go to the free throw line. Daniel Tubbs, a 66% free throw shooter. Brandon Kirk picks up the foul. Matt, the other day when we sat down to talk with Coach Jason Couch, as we got started, Greenwood's principal walks into the room with Daniel Tubbs. Tubbs had his hand wrapped, and the principal over there at Greenwood tells Coach Couch, "We've had an accident welding. Daniel Tubbs has burnt his hand pretty bad, Coach." And Coach Couch kind of put his head down and really didn't know what to think until they pulled the wrapping off, and Daniel Tubbs had a good laugh along with the principal over there at Greenwood. That's the kind of thing he was telling us that his team loves to do. They're a good group of kids, and they like to have some fun. So.
And you can tell out there they're all emotional. You can tell they're all buddies, the way they're cutting up in the early, during warm-ups, really getting after it. And so far, Greenwood's looking really good out here, playing a good ball game. Good job breaking the Warren Central press.
Antoine Barber has just picked up his first foul. Steps called.
Brandon Taylor just got ahead of himself a little bit there. He saw a wide open lane, and he saw a wide open Daniel Tubbs over here in the corner. He wanted to feed him as quickly as he could. Just got his head moving a little too quick, didn't get his feet moving at the same time.
Nice feed underneath the Sona. Sona can't get it to fall. If Warren Central can get him the ball, you got to think he's going to eventually get those to drop.
Devin Sona's a great inside player, does a good job of getting nice position on the defender, sealing him off and going up strong. He just missed the shot there, overpower. Could be some early jitters coming into the game. A lot of intensity out of everybody, a lot of emotion. Everybody wants to play their best in tournament time.
Three-pointer on the way, off the mark for Neil Dickinson. Boy, Matt, look at Terkel Boards, how quickly he moves the ball up the court.
Moves so quickly, and he's a good ball handler at the same time. It's really an asset to have someone like that on your team.
Antoine Barber gets the shot to fall. 6-9 now. Warren Central creeping in, getting it a little bit closer. 2 minutes left in the first quarter of play.
Greenwood's doing a good job with this Warren Central press, not letting it beat him down.
Matt Johnson with the wide open look puts it in and gets on the scoreboard. Give him 2.
A nice pass by Richie Abercrombie there to pull into the defender and dish him when he was open. Drive, draw, and dish is a 3D.
So far, Matt, Warren Central unable to get Sona the ball to get some points. The floater won't go. Sona, look at him battle. Devin Sona creating on his own, gets 2 points.
Which is exactly what Warren Central needs to see out of him. Aggressive on the offensive glass, really getting after it there. I don't think that was the shot that Warren Central was looking for, the first shot, but him coming up with the boards is definitely what they want. And another board for him.
Oh. Well, Westeron tried to get fancy with the pass, threw it away. Justin Zepka checks into the game for Greenwood. Justin Zepka, a guy that we've seen a couple times this year, just playing really solid games. He does the dirty work for this team.
And it looks like Greenwood's going to jump out into a 2-3 zone here off of the inbounds, show a different look to the Warren Central Dragons here.
Barber drives, can't get it to go. Foul on the rebound. Will go against the Dragons. Devin Sona picks up his first.
You know, as you were saying once before, Devin Sona really is a great ball player, especially when he hasn't had that much experience. He didn't play any junior high ball. So only these 4 years of high school experience is all he's got to go with.
Matt Johnson quickly gets the shot to fall and draws the foul. See who it goes on. Antoine Barber picks up his second. It's the team's 6th foul, so a lot of fouls against the Dragons here in the first quarter.
And that's exactly what they don't need to do. They're going to put a a Greenwood High School team on the line a lot tonight that shoots 70% from the free throw line. Not a bad stat, but not a great stat either, but they don't need to get into foul trouble.
Threes up and in for Matt Johnson. Matt Johnson, another guy for Greenwood who's capable of lighting it up. And so far, he's done just that with 7 points in the first quarter.
Matt Johnson's a good ball player. He's only a junior, yet he's getting a lot of varsity experience. You're going to see a lot of him in the next year. He's going to really lead this Greenwood team.
Zepka picking up the foul, his first. Only the team's second. B.A. Forrest will step to the line for the Dragons. Forrest, a very good defensive player. Now Brandon Kirk will return. He replaces Westerant. Kirk, the fitting nickname from the team, Captain Kirk. Of course, all you Star Trek fans know where that comes from.
A lot of arch on his free throw. Really brings the rain.
Good defense again from the Dragons. They come up with the turnover. 17 seconds now in the first quarter. Central trails by 6. Pull-up jumper won't go. Richie Abercrombie clears. They've got a chance to get it down and score. 5 seconds left now. Abercrombie pulls up. Won't go. The long shot. Not close. So that ends our first quarter play. Greenwood, surprisingly, off to a great start. They're out in front 14-8.
Greenwood's playing a great ball game right now. They're doing a good job offensively of breaking down that Warren Central press, which we know has given so many other teams such a problem. They're getting the ball up the court with some confidence and really not making any turnovers. And then they're doing what they need to be doing. Matt Johnson playing well. Daniel Tubbs playing well. Richie Abercrombie not getting involved in the game yet, but I'm sure he will here in the latter part of this first half and the second half.
And Matt, Warren Central really never got themselves in a flow in that quarter. Didn't show a lot of team in that first quarter. That's the game that they like to play, but really playing a lot more as individuals there. They couldn't really get Sona involved.
Yeah, it was difficult for them. Greenwood switching up the defense a couple of times, playing a man for a while, playing a zone for a while. But Warren Central wasn't patient enough. They kind of forced things. They wanted to go to the basket a lot, which they need to do, but they need to be patient on the offensive end, work the ball, and know where your bread is buttered. Know that Devin Sona is your big man, and get him the ball as much as possible.
Coach Tim Riley, a Warren East and Western graduate for Warren Central. Matt, you may not know this, Coach Couch at Greenwood used to do what we do now. At one point in time, he was at Western Kentucky and did some sports work of his own. Decided to join the coaching ranks.
Greenwood again showing them a different defense than they did the last time down the floor, coming out there in a 2-3 zone. That really packs it in down tight on Captain Kirk and on Devin Sona, forcing Warren Central to play an outside game.
Kirk gets the lane, gets the basket to pull his team within 4. And if Warren Central can let battle underneath, no good shots. If Warren Central can score like that against the zone, you got to expect Greenwood won't be able to stay in it long.
Greenwood needs to just be careful now. They've got the ball back. They've been running up and down the floor a lot here. Control the ball, control the offense, try to get a good shot.
Matt, both coaches up and intense. Coach Riley just moments ago screaming at his team, running down the floor, and now they come up with the turnover. Trying to get the ball underneath to Kirk. Instead, Javen Robertson comes up with it. Ball's loose on the floor, out of bounds to Greenwood.
It's a crazy game. Everybody's just all over the floor, and that's the way you're going to see it because there's a lot of intensity. It is tournament time. Everybody's getting after it, and that's what you're going to see. A lot of balls being slapped away, a lot of steals, a lot of jump balls, a lot of tie-ups. That's what we've seen so far tonight.
Terkel Boards pulls up for the 3, won't fall. Neil Dickinson will bring it down the floor for the Gators. Dickinson, a 5'10" senior.
Warren Central going back to their man-to-man defense, doing a good job of getting out on all the Greenwood shooters.
Greenwood has a couple of them, Richie Abercrombie and Matt Johnson. Johnson pulls up, can't get it to fall. Nice job underneath, good work, Brad Waltrip. Before the shot, called for steps, thought we might have got a foul, but traveling the call, so.
He just needs to be patient down there. He got a little wound up. Saw that Devin Sona standing right next to him. He wanted to put it in so quick that he didn't really take his time, and he shuffled his feet.
The two number 10s checking back into the game. Westeron for Warren Central, Brandon Taylor for Greenwood. 14-10 your score. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first half. Sona. Nice job, Sona. Strong enough to get the shot to fall, even though he was fouled. Chance to complete the three-point play now.
That is exactly what Warren Central needs to do. They need to dump the ball down inside to their big man, to the diesel, as everybody calls him, Devin Sona, and let him go up with it. And he does a great job of sealing off his man, going up strong, took the foul, still knocked it home.
Javen Robertson and Leroy Wilson check into the game for the Dragons. Roberson, all about team. It's what Coach Riley told us. Ball tied out.
Once again, that Warren Central defense really getting after it, forcing the loose ball, and Greenwood coming up and having to dive on it, forcing the jump ball.
So Greenwood will inbound from the far side of the court. Brandon Taylor, Matt, one of the quickest players on the floor.
Does a really good job of possessing the ball. Nice dribble right there, nice pass.
And Zepka gets it to drop. Justin Zepka, the 6'1" senior.
Right as you said it, Brandon Taylor does a nice job of breaking down that Warren Central defense, very composed, makes a really nice pass. And now you're seeing another different look from Greenwood. They keep switching it up, playing a man-to-man and then a zone. Now they're back to the 2-3 zone. Once again, they're gonna close it down inside and shut down the big men of Warren Central.
That shot goes home for Antoine Barber. Give Barber 4 points on the night. 15-16 your score. Greenwood hanging on to a 1-point lead with just over 4.5 minutes to go in the first half.
What Greenwood needs to do here is slow it down. They don't need to force the turnover. They're going to force turnovers.
Terkel Boards drops it in. That's what Warren Central wants to do, run and try to run Greenwood right on out of the gym.
And that's what they're capable of doing. They're playing some great ball right now. As you can see, their defense can be tenacious.
Blocking foul, Leroy Wilson will pick up the foul. Brad Waltrip trying to drive in and make something happen. That's the 8th team foul against Warren Central, so Waltrip will step to the line and shoot some free throws.
Number 10, Westeron, returns for the Dragons.
Westeron will check into the game, replacing Javen Robertson.
Brad Waltrip stepping to the line. He's a 74% free throw shooter, so look for him to step up here when he gets the foul and really knock him down.
Number 41, Daniel Tubbs.
Daniel Tubbs checking back into the game for Justin Zepka.
They need Tubbs out here on the floor. You can tell he's a very emotional leader. He really gets after it defensively. He's a good scorer offensively. He's already got 7 points on the night.
So Waltrip knocks down a pair, and he'll have a seat on the bench. Neil Dickinson returns for Greenwood. The Gators out in front, 18-17. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first half.
Greenwood back to that man-to-man defense already, switching it up again. Showing Warren Central something different almost every time down the court.
The hot arcing shot. Brandon Kirk, give him 6 points. Nothing but net.
That was a nice shot, too, over top of the defender. Went up strong, nailed it.
Foul from behind. Terkel Boards trying to slap the ball away. He'll pick up his first.
Well, that's what you see out of all these Warren Central guys. They really get after it defensively. A lot of reaching, not necessarily a lot of fouling, but there ends up being a lot of fouling. But they really get after any team often on the defensive end here, and they're wreaking havoc on this Greenwood team so far tonight.
The winner of this game moves on to the district finals. They'll face Bowling Green. Bowling Green played well the other night against Warren East.
Taylor stepping to the line here after he makes the first one. He's a 67% free throw shooter.
Can't get the second one to go. Score tied at 19. Richie Abercrombie clears the rebound. Daniel Tubbs, quick first step. Got himself ahead of Sona and then forced Warren Central to foul him.
Very nice job by Daniel Tubbs there to be patient with the ball on offense. That's what we've been talking about. Greenwood's not necessarily been all that much tonight. He did a good job. He set himself, made the quick first move. Like you said, he's got a quick first step to the basket. Now he's got a chance of shooting two.
Brandon Kirk picks up his second foul, the team's 9th. The next one will put Greenwood in the double bonus. Tubbs now with 6 points.
Number 43,
Javen Roberson returns for Warren Central, replacing Brandon Kirk.
Tubbs is a 66% free throw shooter.
And he gets the second one to fall. Greenwood out in front by a pair. Matt, they've done it again. They're back in that man-to-man pressure.
You like to see that in a defense, and Greenwood's doing a good job of it, showing Warren Central something different every time. It keeps it fresh and difficult. As you see, the Greenwood defense forces the turnover.
Yeah, Barber unable to save the ball. And they turn it over. B.A. Forrest comes into the game. He'll replace Westerant.
This Warren Central defense already going to pick it up strong here. Full court, try to force another turnover. Quickly broken by Greenwood.
Matt Johnson going one-on-one with Sona. Made Sona look like a statue there. He just went right on around him. Greenwood foul underneath. Neil Dickinson picks up his first.
It's been a very physical game so far on both ends of the court. We've had a lot of fouling. 9 fouls been called so far on Warren Central tonight. Only 4 been called on Greenwood. Yet that's a lot of fouling on both ends, really, if you think about it.
Count it. Antoine Barber starting to heat up. Barber with 7 points here in the first half of play. 23-22 your score. Greenwood hanging on to a 1-point lead.
Greenwood doing a nice job here of being very patient with this Warren Central defense.
You can see Neil Dickinson wanted to shoot the ball. Great defense, the turnover. Terkel Boards gives it off to his teammate, Ryan Cummings. Cummings able to finish, but Matt, that all started down here on the defensive end, Javen Roberson.
Javen Roberson came out. They were in a 2-3 zone, and he quickly came out of it, grabbed the ball, knocked it away. A nice save over here. Enough time to really penetrate down the court. They got a nice layup. Add some momentum here for them.
Sona can't handle the pass underneath. Barber pulls up the 3. Game's starting to turn into a track meet on us.
And Greenwood doesn't necessarily want that kind of a pace of game.
Matt Johnson, he doesn't care how it comes. He's going to get his 2. Matt Johnson leading all scorers with 11 here in the first half. Greenwood in front by a point, 25-24. Sona, with 4 guys around him, gets it to fall and draws a foul.
I think he had 3 guys hanging on his back there trying to pull him down, and yet somehow, being the strong guy that he is, he gets it up to the basket, knocks it down. It was a really nice job of Devin Sona being strong with the ball.
They call him Diesel for a reason. Westerant checking into the game for Warren Central. Sona will have 1 free throw coming.
And this is exactly what you want to see out of this Warren Central team right now. Getting the ball inside to Sona. He's got 7 points here in the first half. They need to continue that into the second.
Minute 15 to go in the first half of play. 27-25. Warren Central has just pulled back out in front. Greenwood's led most of the way. The Dragons hanging right in there.
I think part of the story here for Greenwood, it's been some balanced scoring by the guys that they weren't expecting to do the scoring. Richie Abercrombie yet to get on the board.
Brandon Taylor has the shot blocked by Terkel Boards. Boards jumping out of nowhere. Now Robertson underneath. Javen Roberson knocks it down. Another Greenwood foul. You can see the team starting to get fired up, Matt.
And he is fired up, and he should be. Down here at the other end of the floor, we had an awesome block by Terkel Boards. Really got up and threw it off the backboard. Then we come down here, and that gives the team such intensity and momentum. You go to the big guy down low, Javen Roberson, gets up strong, knocks down his first bucket of the night, and he really gets this crowd going.
Javen Roberson can't complete the free throw. Antoine Barber whistle for the foul, his 3rd foul. By the way, the Greenwood foul a moment ago against Daniel Tubbs, his 2nd. I'll check this last foul. B.A. Forrest is going to pick it up, not Barber.
33, Richard Abercrombie at the line for 2 shots.
Abercrombie will step to the line. He shoots 74% there. Chance to get on the scoreboard.
That's Abercrombie's first points of the night. As we said before, he averages 13 points a game. So he's not been doing the scoring yet for Greenwood, yet they're still in this ball game. And that's nice to see when your leading scorer isn't getting it done, yet you're still in the game.
Justin Zepka has just returned for the Gators. Matt, everyone talks about the size and height of the Bowling Green squad that won last night, but this Warren Central team has several players. I count 6. Check that, wait a minute, there's 8 or 9 players on this Warren Central squad that are over 6 foot.
And we've got even more. We've got, 2 6'5" guys, 6'4", 6'7". They're a very tall and very strong team. You're right, Bowling Green's not the only big team in the district.
Foul on Zepka, trying to stop Boards. Terkel Boards, outstanding athlete. Very smart player for this team.
Terkel Boards playing a really good game. He's got 4 points so far, but he's doing it in other ways. Defensively, he's had a couple of nice defensive plays, a nice block, a nice save out of bounds over here. See if he can knock down these big free throws.
And he does. Brandon Kirk will return to the game. He will replace Westerant. Kirk, a 5'11" sophomore.
Warren Central coach Tim Riley, a very good coach over there, does a good job of shuffling the players in and out, keeping his team fresh.
Well, he's got a lot of depth, so he can do that over there. .22 seconds to go in the first half. 31-26 your score. Warren Central out in front now by 5. Greenwood.
10 seconds.
About time to get it going here. Matt Johnson now. There he goes. Gives off in the corner. That won't fall. Foul on the rebound. Richie Abercrombie maybe getting a little carried away. Picks up his first foul. Check that, his 2nd foul.
Abercrombie, his 2nd, team's 8.
Coming down to tournament time, free throw shooting has always told the tale. We talk about it all the time and how important free throw shooting really is. This Warren Central team so far tonight has been pretty solid from the line. They're going to continue to beat both teams here in the bonus. Of course, only 2.6 seconds left here in the half, but we'll see here in the second half, in the stretch, when it comes down the long stretch, who can sink them.
Shaven Roberson gets the first one to fall.
Greenwood got a chance for a quick shot here.
Brandon Taylor pulls up, three-pointer would have counted, just a little bit short. So that wraps up our first half of play, 33-26 your score, back and forth game. Warren Central out in front. We will have the second half for you right here on Inside Cable in just a moment. Welcome back to Greenwood High School. I'm Dan Gaddy alongside Matt Hours. Matt, good first half. Outstanding first half, really. Both squads playing well. But for Warren Central, 25 points in the second quarter and a balanced scoring attack.
Warren Central didn't get it done in the first quarter, but they definitely got it done in the second. A balanced attack, you're absolutely right. Everybody's touching the ball. Devin Sona, he's got 8. Barber's got 7. Boards has got 6. And Kirk has got 6. So everybody's scoring, everybody's getting involved. That's what's helping them pull out this lead.
Sona working underneath, gets the shot to fall. Devin Sona, really no one from Greenwood to match up against him.
Now that Warren Central coming out with that intense pressure already, trying to force Greenwood into a running match again and force some turnovers. Then they drop back into a man-to-man, really pick up Greenwood tough.
Nice move getting underneath, can't get the shot to fall. Richie Abercrombie.
Nice steal by Brandon. Taylor takes it full.
Oh, Abercrombie flying across the gym, draws the foul.
He hit the floor pretty hard, but he hopped back up. Captain Kirk got him with the body there, so it's going to be another foul on Captain Kirk.
Brandon Kirk picks up his third.
Richie Abercrombie is going to step to the line. One of the better free throw shooters on this squad. He shoots 74% from the free throw line.
Abercrombie averages 13 points a game for this team. He only has 2 tonight.
Which, in effect, that's really good for Greenwood. It's a good statistic to show you that Matt Johnson and Daniel Tubbs both have stepped up here in the first half. They both had 9 points, which is helping them still be in this ball game.
35-28 your score. Minute gone in the third quarter. Dragons of Warren Central trying to keep their season alive. Nice up and under that time, Ryan Cummings.
Nice job by the senior, taking the ball to the rack, really playing big inside, jumping with his great jumping ability that he has, going to the rack.
Foul called on boards. Jaquel Boards picking up his second foul.
Nobody really for Warren Central necessarily in foul trouble except for Captain Kirk, who obviously just sat after picking up his third. But Warren Central's got a chance to, once again, to get out here on this Greenwood defense and really raise some havoc and try to cause some turnovers.
Brandon Taylor using that quick first step to his advantage. Can't get the shot to fall. Here come the Dragons. Nice look. Dumps it off Ryan Cummings. Count it, +1. The Greenwood foul on Daniel Tubbs. He picks up his third.
Ryan Cummings really coming alive here early in the third quarter. He's got 5 quick points. showing some good senior leadership down the stretch.
Really a critical point right now for Greenwood. They're down by 12. They led a lot of the first half. You got to think they've got to slow Warren Central down somehow and work their way into the game.
It's been incredible momentum shift. Warren Central has just picked up the pace to play their kind of ball game. Greenwood doesn't like to run as much as Warren Central does, and Warren Central's been running. So Greenwood's got to slow them down, take their time on the offense, and make Warren Central take their time on offense as well.
Daniel Tubbs driving. Nice spin move. Can't get the shot to fall. Richie Abercrombie.
It looks like Greenwood's going to go back to that 2-3 like they did all that first half, switching up the defenses a lot, showing them a 2-3 and then a man.
Foul before the shot. Called on the Dragons.
It's going to be on
Ryan Cummings. Cummings picks up his third.
Warren Central's got to be careful here about picking up a couple of quick fouls. Ryan Cummings doesn't need to get another one, and of course Captain Kirk doesn't either.
Tubbs from the corner. Nothing but net. Daniel Tubbs knocks down the three. He's played well tonight.
As we said, Daniel Tubbs normally averages 8 points a game. He had 9 in the first half, and that big three, that puts him up to 12. He's playing really well. He's key for this Greenwood team right now.
Coach Couch told us he's a big game player, so. Devin Sona having his way underneath when they can get him the ball.
Does a nice job of breaking down that Greenwood defense, dishing the ball inside. Devin Sona did what he's been doing and scored.
Oh, what a pass. What a pass. Raquel Boards to Antoine Barber. Warren Central getting the turnover and converting the hoop. Immediately, Greenwood's going to take a timeout and try to settle this down and stop the Warren Central run.
That's a 13-point lead already. Like you said, after that first quarter, it was a 6-point lead for the Gators. So since then, we've had a huge momentum shift, and they're breaking it out to a 13-point lead. Warren Central's playing their kind of ball, and Greenwood's got to slow down this tempo.
Warren Central led by 7 at the half. They've added 6 points to their lead. Very good Warren Central team come in here on a 7-game win streak. One of the hottest teams in the state of late.
Yeah, they're playing really good ball, and what's happening is everybody's staying involved, and their defense has been setting the tone for them the entire season, and that's what you're seeing right now. They're going to pick up looks like a 1-2-1-1 defense where they can trap in the corners as soon as they inlet the ball, which shuts down the guards and gets them a quick turnover. Quickly broken by Greenwood.
Matt Johnson can't get the floater to fall. What a great defensive play. Brandon Taylor. Let's see who they give the ball to. It's going to go to Warren Central. Great defensive effort that time for Brandon Taylor, though.
Brandon Taylor came out of nowhere, knocked that ball away, continued to chase it down, got into a foot race with Raquel Boards, the two of them going after it strong. Last touch by, Brandon
Taylor knocks it out of bounds.
So it's going to be Warren Central ball, but good defense and good hustle out of both players.
Wes Durant returning for the Dragons.
And Greenwood switching it up one more time, going back to that man-to-man defense. Got to put pressure on Warren Central. You got to start trying to get them to make some turnovers, get back in this ball game.
Looks like the Dragons playing a little inside-out game, trying to get it to a lot of touches.
A lot of nice passing there. Good crisp passes, nice bounce passes by Warren Central. Really working the ball around, getting it to everybody. Like we said, a nice even distribution, but you can tell they're trying to get the ball inside to Sona.
Warren Central can't get the ball in bounds. 5-second call. Outstanding defense from the Gators.
That was a quick 5 seconds, but Greenwood showing some defense, forcing the turnover. Richie Abercrombie's got to get involved in this ball game.
Matt Johnson pulls up for 3, won't go. Sona just overpowering everyone underneath for Greenwood.
This is exactly what Warren Central wants to do. Feed him the ball. They've definitely focused on him so far here in the second half, and why not? He's their leading scorer and their leading rebounder. They're going to go to him all night long.
Foul, Daniel Tubbs trying to prevent Sona from getting the ball. And for Greenwood, Matt, that is... Well, they've announced the foul on Sona. It is on Sona. So Devin Sona whistled for the foul, not Daniel Tubbs. Daniel Tubbs knocking down the tray.
Daniel Tubbs is playing an outstanding game. A really nice three there. Greenwood once again going to switch up the defense here, go with the 2-3. But Daniel Tubbs stepping up really nice, knocking down the big shot.
His third three-pointer of the game.
Sorry, Greenwood's in a man-to-man.
I'll let that one go then. That's the first time you've messed up tonight, so.
Sorry about that. When they first came out, they looked like they were in a 2-3.
Greenwood called for a foul. Tough collision. Leroy Wilson will get whistled for the foul. Picks up his third. Two quick fouls against Leroy Wilson will earn him a seat on the bench.
I think he's injured, so he wants to sit down for it. Might have jammed his shoulder there in that collision. He's been nursing it pretty good.
46-34 your score. The Dragons out in front leading Greenwood. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Warren Central coming in with a nice man-to-man defense, getting out on the shooter, switching on the picks. Really tough defense.
Charge called. Devin Sona slid across and drew the charge to give Warren Central the ball back.
Well, that was a nice job of Devin Sona, the big man inside, stepping up, taking the charge. Number 3, Neil Dickinson, going to the rack like he should. A strong move to the rack. Just started to climb up the front of Devin Sona, and he took the nice charge.
For Dickinson, his second foul, the team's second of the half.
Warren Central can take their time here, let the clock run, and get a nice shot. No need to force anything.
Ryan Cummings falling behind the basket, gets it to go.
Ryan Cummings playing very well here in the second half. He's got 7 points in the second half alone, 9 points on the game. So he's playing very well for this Warren Central's team right now.
Matt Johnson on the other end draws the foul.
Matt Johnson been quiet so far here in the second half. He had 9 in the first. Hasn't scored yet. We'll see if he can step to the line and break that streak.
And Ryan Cummings just picked up his 4th foul for Warren Central with 1:43 to go in the third quarter.
Well, that's got to hurt them a little bit. Ryan's going to have to take a seat here and wait for the 4th quarter so he can try to get as much PT as he can.
Subs coming into the game. Justin Zepka, Brad Walter for Greenwood. Antoine Barber returning for the Dragons.
Greenwood's got to use their possession wisely. Got to take good shots. Don't want to force anything.
Brandon Taylor had a good look at it, just couldn't get the shot to fall. Pull-up jumper, won't fall. Zepka controls. Matt, look at Warren Central down here on the defensive end. Kel Boards all over Brandon Taylor.
Yeah, That's what I've been saying. Earlier in the game, we wondered if Warren Central could keep this kind of a defensive pressure up, and they have. They've been on Greenwood the entire game, and maybe that's been a very big factor in this ball game is Warren Central's tenacious defense.
The foul's starting to mount up now for the Dragons. Brandon Kirk has just picked up his 4th. Ryan Cummings already on the bench with 4. So Javen Roberson checks in. He'll give the captain a break.
2 great guys taking a seat on the bench in Cummings and Kirk. But look who you got coming off the bench to come in there for him. Turkel Boards or Antoine Barber. I mean, these guys are guys who can flat out play, and they're coming off the bench giving Warren Central good time, even when their big starters have to take a seat.
Durant knocking down the 3 from the corner. Wes Durant picking up his first 3 points, and Greenwood turns the ball over with 43 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
It's a 16-point ball game. Warren Central building the momentum. A really nice shot by Wes Durant to get on the scoreboard for the first time with that 3-pointer. Warren Central, if they possess this ball here well, they might hold for 1, it looks like. Greenwood's going to let them by staying in their 2-3 zone. Warren Central hits this last second shot, they're going to be up a lot more and give them a lot more momentum going into the 4th quarter. Greenwood's got to get out on them. Force the turnover.
Here comes Matt Johnson. Johnson falls down, threw a shot up, couldn't get it to go. And it goes out of bounds. Greenwood will keep it. 16.5 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Matt Johnson just got a little bit out of control there. He wanted to push things. He just needs to calm down. I know his team's down. He wants to run down there and score really bad, but he's just got to take his time, be patient.
B.A. Forrest returning to the game for Warren Central. Richie Abercrombie pretty much been held to not a whole lot. He's got 3 points for the game. Matt Johnson, he'll shoot it. Won't go. Johnson follows. Still can't get it to go. And time runs out on the 3rd quarter. Javen Roberson threw up the long mid-court shot. It wouldn't have counted, but it almost went. Crowd getting a little excited. 51-35 your score at the end of 3 quarters of play. Warren Central out in front. Matt, time for concern now if you're Greenwood.
Absolutely, it's time for concern if you're Greenwood. Warren Central has really picked up the pace. They had a really bad 1st quarter, but since then they've played really well. This is a team who averages 76 points a game, and it's because they've got such good all-around team. They've got a good guy at every position and a deep bench. So they're coming in here. Greenwood's really got to take over this ball game in the tempo-wise. They've got to hit their shots and play good defense. Get back in there. Stick to the fundamentals of basketball. Try and win this ball game.
You talk about hitting your shots. Greenwood not really able to hit the free throws in that 3rd quarter. They're in the bonus the rest of the way. So will that be a factor?
Absolutely. Free throws are always a factor. If Greenwood can continue to be fouled a lot by Warren Central here and get to the free throw line and knock them down, they can shoot themselves back into this ball game.
Greenwood normally a decent free throw shooting team. They shoot 66% as a team. All the fans, excited group of fans from Warren Central here. Getting a good show from their team. Traveling called.
And some nice couple of plays here by Greenwood quickly. Richie Abercrombie getting his first bucket of the game to give him 4 points on the night, excuse me. 5 points on the night. And then a quick turnover forced by Greenwood from Warren Central.
I'm gonna send you back to math class if you can't figure that out.
Yeah, I'm getting too fired up. I'm pumped about this ball game.
Uh-oh. Bad sign for Warren Central. Javen Roberson just fell down, got set to play some defense and grabbed his leg and fell down. May just be a cramp. Didn't look like anyone bumped him or anything.
He looks like he's in some serious pain there, and they're working on his ankle. Not sure, I didn't see a collision or anything. I think he just tripped over his own foot, kind of rolled his ankle maybe.
It's kind of a strange look. He was just getting set to play defense and all of a sudden reached for the leg and went to the ground.
We got to hope late in a ball game like this that all that really is a muscle cramp, that they can stretch it out and get him back in this ball game. Greenwood down 14 points right now, really needs to come out here and continue to possess the ball like they just did, forced Warren Central to make that turnover, and they got to convert on the offensive end.
So, Matt, for the Dragons, you see Javen Robertson gets back up and unable to put any pressure on that leg at all.
Well, the smart thing, go ahead and let him sit out. You've got a 14-point lead, and you got a deep bench. You do not need to get him injured or hurt his foot any more than it already is, especially here in tournament time. You need all your weapons going into the latter part of the tournament. So see what's wrong with him, get him fixed up, but don't necessarily push him on getting him back in this ballgame.
Where does Coach Riley go to replace Javen Robertson?
Where doesn't he go? Coach Riley can go anywhere he wants. He's got big guys coming off of the bench. Leroy Wilson, Lonell DeWalt hasn't seen any PT, but they're both big guys, and they both can fill up some space. Both good ball players.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Greenwood will keep it. 7 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the game. The Dragons hanging on to a 14-point lead. Neil Dickinson lost the ball for a moment, got a shot up, and drew a foul. Ryan Cummings just picked up his 5th foul. So for Warren Central now, the depth becoming an advantage as Ryan Cummings is fouled out. You've got Javen Robertson sitting on the bench injured, and Brandon Kirk with 4 fouls.
You're going to be bringing in Lonell DeWalt, like we just mentioned a couple seconds ago. 6'4" freshman. Doesn't have a lot of varsity playing time, but he's got some. He's a really good riser. If you're watching during warm-ups, he can get up, had a couple of really nice dunks, really shaking the rim. If he can get open and get loose, you might see some showtime.
Dickinson knocks down the free throw. Westerant will check into the game, replacing B.A. Forrest for Warren Central. Dickinson, a 53% free throw shooter, has 1 more coming. Neil Dickinson just picked up his first 2 points of the game.
And it looks like Greenwood wants to show some pressure now, picking up the full court 1-2-2 press.
They've got to do something to force some turnovers, and there the ball gets knocked away. 10 seconds. Warren Central called for 10 seconds in the backcourt. So Greenwood got what they wanted, brought out the pressure, and forced the turnover. Now B.A. Forrest will come back into the game for Durant.
That was a quick 10 seconds, and I thought Greenwood had possession of the ball there for a couple moments, so not really sure about that call, but Warren Central's got to take care of the ball. They can't be turning the ball over in that kind of a situation.
Well, that's why we're sitting over here watching the game, not wearing the stripes on the court. Barber.
Really nice hustle play out of Antoine Barber. I thought he saved it. Really good hustle out of him, trying to keep that ball in bounds.
Good
Plus
effort.
Slid on the line.
Just came up a little bit too short, or should we say went a few inches too long. They went out of bounds. Abercrombie drives, using the backboard wisely, puts it in. Give Abercrombie 6 points in the second half, 7 now for the game. And Greenwood cutting it now to a 10-point game, 51-41, 6 minutes, 45 seconds to go. And Coach Riley and Warren Central want to take a timeout and talk about it.
Well, Warren Central's got some real issues right now with foul trouble going on with their big guys. Captain Kirk, the 5'11 sophomore, Captain Kirk, big man inside, he's got 4 fouls, so he's sitting on the bench. And obviously Ryan Cummings, a senior, already fouled out. So they're gonna have to go to their deep bench, see what else they can get. I think right now he's just worried about getting the ball across the line. They almost had another 10-second call there.
And Matt, you can't see it from your vantage point, but down at the end of that Warren Central bench, Javen Robertson is getting his ankle taped. So maybe if it gets tight, Coach Riley might try to put him back out there if he needs it.
Well, you got to win this ball game. Like I said before, that if he's at all injured and you can get by without him, don't go to him. But if you need him, get him back in there.
Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Warren Central. Antoine Barber, tough player for this team. Little over anxious that time. Brandon Kirk, one too many steps, turns it over. So Greenwood now with the chance to get this one under double digits.
Yeah, and Greenwood's done a great job here defensively, applying some pressure, causing the turnover there, and then they've caused a couple of Warren Central turnovers in the last couple of possessions. They just need to convert offensively now.
Nice drive and an outstanding turnover. Barber getting his hands on the ball, takes it away, goes all the way. Won't fall for him. Matt, Antoine Barber's played well defensively tonight.
He's played very well. He's getting after it defensively, not letting his man by him. A lot of strips, a lot of steals.
Neil Dickinson. Neil Dickinson, he's not ready to give up on the season.
Cuts the lead to 8.
Devin Sona. Sona, that's an easy 2 for that man.
Sona's playing very well here in the second half. 8 points in just the second half, 16 on the game.
Ball tipped away from
Nice
behind
steal
by Brandon Kirk. Turkel boards, stretching the lead back out to 12.
The character tester right there by Turkel Boards. That's a tough shot. You don't see many guys who can really step up with some confidence and hit it like he does. Rose high to the rim. Nice little shot there.
Greenwood calls the timeout. Coach Couch not wanting this one to get away from him. Jason Couch in his 4th season at Greenwood, the 1998 KABC 4th Region Coach of the Year. Before becoming the head coach, was an assistant at Greenwood for 4 seasons from 1993 to 97. So a man who knows what he's doing over there.
He's a good coach, and he's going to get his team ready to play and to continue this win or to continue this lead, see what they can do here in the final minutes.
Matt, I know the record doesn't reflect it, but Greenwood at 9-17 really doesn't show how scrappy and gutsy this team is. You know, you and I have been fortunate enough to watch them play a lot this season, and one thing that we've always said is that this team never gives up. They were down, they've lost to 20, but they lost by 21 early in the season to Warren Central, but throughout that whole game and down to the last buzzer, you got guys like Daniel Tubbs and Brandon Taylor that just will not give up.
And that's what you like to see, a lot of heart, a lot of intensity out of a ball club. They really love the game of basketball. They love playing it. They love getting after it. And they're going to continue to do it. Never say die, never give up. That's what you see out of this Greenwood team.
Daniel Tubbs pulls up for 3, won't fall. Boards clears the rebound. Westerant pulls up for 3. What a rebound underneath. Brandon Kirk. Brandon Kirk just clearing everybody off the boards and putting it in. Neil Dickinson can't get the 3 to fall.
Greenwood's really got to step up some defensive pressure here. The game is back to a 14-point lead as we see a turnover. Brandon Kirk just getting a little too carried away out top.
Thought about pulling up the 3, had a wide open look, and then changed his mind when it was too late. Justin Zepko will head to the bench for a moment. Matt, for Greenwood right now, you got the shooters on the floor. Brandon Taylor won't fall, but Richie Abercrombie, Matt Johnson, Daniel Tubbs, all good shooters. What a pass. What a great job Warren Central does, passing the ball and getting everyone to touch.
They do a great job of that. A nice pass inside from Westerant down to Turkel Boards. Just couldn't convert on the shot.
Johnson has it taken away by Barber. Barber working against Brandon Taylor, draws the foul.
That was a good job of Barber. He didn't have the numbers, but he didn't have anybody running along with him. He went ahead and just went up strong, drew the foul. He's going to go to the free throw line. Got a chance of making 2 more here.
Turkel Boards experienced some back pain earlier this week. Hasn't shown tonight. Knocks down the free throw.
Forrest returns for the Dragons.
Gord's now with 9 points. B.A. Forrest checking into the game, replacing Westerhant. Warren Central sticking with their full court pressure. And paying dividends right now. Antoine Barber with another steal. Warren Central's going to call a timeout. 3 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. 59-43 your score. Greenwood now trailing by 16.
Well, Warren Central is looking good right now. They've got a lot of intensity out there, playing really good defense, a couple of steals that you've seen, forcing the Greenwood turnover. They keep up this kind of intensity and this kind of pressure, they're going to walk out of here with the W.
The winner of this game gets Bowling Green, a game that you can see right here on Insight Cable Monday at 7 p.m. It's March 5th at 7 p.m. Also, to note, the winner of this game, along with Bowling Green, moves into the regional tournament. And that could be a very good tournament. And then from the fourth region tournament, you go to the state tournament where they're matched up against the 9th region. Could get a great game there.
Absolutely. I went to Connor High School, a 9th region squad, so I know all the squads up there. You're looking at Connor High School as an outstanding team up there where I'm from, coming out of that region, or possibly Scott High School. A very good region to match up against these guys. But the teams that you're going to send out of this region, obviously going to be a great team to go out there and challenge that state title.
Some interesting pairings in the state tournament. Of course, the 7th region is loaded with talent. Louisville Ballard, Louisville Male. Unfortunately for those two teams, both of them nationally ranked, by the way, only one can go to the state tournament, so it's what makes tournament time fun.
Very nice, wise decision by Westerhant right there. Greenwood's coming out and got a lot of intensity, a lot of pressure there putting on the Warren Central Dragons. Westerhant didn't like what he was seeing. He started to get trapped over here by the sideline, so he did the smart thing, called the timeout instead of turning the ball over and creating some more intensity for the Greenwood Gators.
And you see right there the Warren Central fans, a lot of the girls team in attendance up there. The Warren Central ladies pulling off a great upset the other night in an outstanding game that we got to watch against Warren East. They move into the regionals and they keep their season alive.
And they played a great game. That was a really fun game to watch the other night. Warren Central pulling a huge upset. Everybody expected Warren East to win. Of course, Warren East won the 2 games during the regular season. They just couldn't pull it off in the tournament.
Another reminder, you can watch the 2 district championship games on Insight Cable right here on Monday, March the 5th. The girls game will play at 5 p.m. and the boys championship will be played at 7. Devin Sona, bodied up, gets fouled. And Daniel Tubbs picks up the foul. Warren Central not in the bonus yet. It's the 4th foul on Daniel Tubbs.
Greenwood really needs him in this ball game right now.
Look at this, Terkel Boards getting free, coming off the screen, putting in the shot on the inbounds play. An 18-point lead for the Dragons. 2 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Warren Central starting to smell a little blood. Ready to go for the kill.
And they're not, exactly, they're going to continue to go for the kill. Their defense is still tenacious. They're not letting up one bit. They're still going to get after Greenwood, try to force some more turnovers.
Devin Sona picks up the foul. His 3rd. Matt, for all the foul trouble that Warren Central's had tonight, Devin Sona has been able to stay away from that. That only his 3rd foul. Part of what makes him such an effective player.
Yeah, he's a smart player out there, and it's a good thing he's not in foul trouble because he has been doing a lot of the work here for Warren Central tonight. He's got 16 points on the night, only 3 fouls, so he's playing really well, and you can tell he's had a lot of boards. He's really making his presence known down underneath.
Amber Crombie can't get the 2nd one to go and commits the foul. For Amber Crombie, his 3rd. Only the 5th team foul, so Warren Central will inbound it down here under the Greenwood bucket. Brandon Kirk bringing the ball up the floor. Oh, what a pass. Great look underneath. Sona couldn't finish. How about the pass from Antoine Barber?
That was a beautiful pass from Antoine Barber. A tough one to make going into a little bit of traffic like that. But you've got Devin Sona, a big man, but he's got great hands. Comes down with a nice catch.
The clock now becoming an ally of Warren Central. Greenwood's got to make something happen in a hurry. And that is not something they want to happen.
They're forcing it. It's getting late in the ball game here. They're realizing that they've got to start putting some points on the board, so they're going to start rushing things.
A long baseball pass to Terkel Boards, using his leaping ability to go up and get it. Draws the foul on Brad Waltrip. Waltrip's first. Terkel Boards, the 5'11" senior.
Waltrip is first, team 6, Boards at the line.
Two minutes, 23 seconds left, 61-44 your score. Warren Central trying to put a capper on this one and get ready for Bowling Green.
Both these teams really good squads. Warren Central, of course, a 21-5 record. That looks outstanding going into the tournament.
Daniel Tubbs knocks down the shot. And the Dragons unable to get the ball in bounds, have to take a timeout.
Daniel Tubbs has played an outstanding game for Greenwood today. We didn't really talk about him much in the pregame. I guess we should have. He's got 17 points to lead Greenwood in the scoring column.
Daniel Tubbs, a great kid, a big game player, but off the court, he's just as nice and just as good. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left. Warren Central with the big 61-46 point lead. And Matt, looking forward, assuming the Dragons are able to hang on here and they match up against Bowling Green, that'll be a great one.
Oh, that'll be an outstanding game. They can match up with them size-wise. As we were talking about just earlier, they've got a couple of big guys underneath that can really go after them. And the Warren Central defense is really what you got to look out for, coming up against that explosive Bowling Green offense that can put up a lot of points.
Well, there's no doubt that when the two of them hook up, it'll be a track meet. They'll be blazing the court out here. Both teams like to push the tempo and run. And the beauty of tournament time is you don't really know what's going to happen. Warren Central unable to get over the hump and beat them during the regular season, but
you never know what can happen in tournament time.
And that time, Terkel Boards stepping out of bounds, turns the ball over. Give it to Greenwood, a little bit of life left in the Gators. 61-46, they trail by 15.
2 minutes on the clock. Greenwood's got to start going for some quick baskets. They got to get the ball up as soon as they can. No point in wasting any clock. It can only hurt them.
Neil Dickinson pulls up the three. Won't fall. Terkel Boards with the rebound, gets it to Barber. And look at this. 3 players down the floor for Warren Central. Greenwood didn't have anybody back. And now they're just playing volleyball until Sona, Devin Sona, doing what he does best, grabs the rebound and puts it in and draws the foul.
That's probably 3 or 4 times tonight where Devin Sona has come down with the rebound, taken the foul, and still gone up strong and made the shot.
And Daniel Tubbs is just fouled out of the game. 6-foot junior will return next season. I tell you, Matt, look at this Greenwood team. There's a lot of juniors on this squad. Only 3 seniors, Neil Dickinson, Jason Wilson, and Justin Zepka. Obviously, they're losing a lot, but everyone else returns, so they could be a team to look out for next year.
Yeah, Daniel Tubbs played an outstanding game tonight, like we were saying. 17 points, and he will be back. He's a good ball player, like you were saying. Coach tells us he's a really good kid off the court as well, a nice gentleman. He's going to be back. So is a lot of these other Greenwood players. They'll have a nice season next year as well.
Jason Wilson, the 6'4" senior, checks into the game to replace Daniel Tubbs. Sona gets his free throw to go. Greenwood trying to get the 3-point shot. Neil Dickinson caught in the air, couldn't find anybody, turns it over.
Pretty upset with himself on that play, too. He has got caught up in the air, something you can't do. You got to make up your decision before you get caught up in the air. He didn't force the turnover. Kind of looks bad.
Justin Zepka returns to the game, replacing Richie Abercrombie.
The quick foul, we're going to walk down to the other end of the court here, and Westerant's going to line up for the 1-and-1 and see if he can knock down a couple of quick free throws here.
Brandon Kirk had 4 fouls, able to stay away from picking up the 5th and stay in this game. He's played well tonight. He's got 8 points, 6 in the first half. Can't make the second one fall for Durant. 65-46 your score. Warren Central in front by 19. Three-pointer on the way for Greenwood. Not real close, Matt.
No, and I think the Warren Central fans are really giving him a hard time about that. You know, it's hard to hit those shots when the pressure's really on you. They're down 19, and they're facing the gift horse in the mouth as walking out of this gym. I'm sorry, I'm all tongue-tied
You're all
tonight.
tongue-tied.
I really can't spit out the words today.
Too much basketball for you tonight, I guess.
I've had a lot of trouble tonight.
Sona can't get it to go and turns it over. Here comes Matt Johnson. Johnson going coast to coast, knocks it down and draws a foul.
We haven't heard much Matt Johnson here in the second half. First half he had 9 points. That's his first deuce here in the second. So that's a big factor that's led Greenwood to be down as bad as they are now here in the end of the game.
Give him 12 points on the night. 5'11", also a junior. He will return next season. Great shooter, Matt Johnson. Durant has the ball taken out of his hands. Jason Wilson. But unfortunately for the Gators, Wilson walks into the third row with it, so Warren Central gets it back. Sona fouled by Zepka.
And this Greenwood team, like you said, they don't want to give up. They're going to continue to foul, put these Warren Central Dragons on the free throw line. I don't necessarily think that's a safe thing. They don't need to really be doing that. The score can only get worse. But looks like they're going to keep it up. They've got intensity, and they don't ever want to quit.
Brian Hanlon checking into the game for the first time tonight.
Number 40, Brian Hanlon in for Greenwood. Brock Whitney in for the Dragons, also in for
Brandon Cummings is into the game for Warren Central. Justin Page also coming into the game. Both coaches now clearing out their benches, giving the seniors the opportunity to sit down and watch the end of this one. Devin Sona knocks down the free throw. Now he will go out. Leroy Wilson checking into the game. Great effort tonight from Devin Sona, Matt.
Devin Sona ended up with 21 points. I wish we kept track of boards because I know he's in double digits there as well. A nice double-double tonight, I'm sure. A really great game out of Devin Sona, showing the leadership going into the tournament.
Well, Matt Johnson just had that ball put back in his face, but a foul called against Wilson. The fourth foul on Wilson, really a non-factor at this point. 41.7 seconds to go.
Wilson is a leaper, too. He can really get up.
Matt Johnson adding to his point total. He has 14. Now make it 15. 40 seconds to go. Warren Central in control. Three-pointer on the way. Brandon Cummings doesn't get a whole lot of experience.
Younger
Or
brother
playing
of
time.
Ryan Cummings, the senior who fouled out earlier in tonight's game.
And Wilson Leroy Wilson, 2 block shots in a matter of 20 seconds here. Trying to earn his way into the game.
Sophomore coming off the bench for Warren Central. You're going to love seeing him back here next year.
The crowd chants Leroy in appreciation of the block shot. Greenwood turns it over. 19.5 to go, 70-51 your score. Warren Central will move on to face Bowling Green, a game that you can watch only right here on Insight Cable Channel 5. It will be replayed Monday, March 5th at 7 p.m. Of course, the girls' game will be first at 5. That one up and in. And officials call an injury timeout. Brandon Cummings looks like he's twisted his ankle. Matt Marseca gets the basket a moment ago. But Warren Central's been banged up a little bit tonight. And there's the
Final
takeaway.
seconds are going to run out on the
PA
clock.
Force trying to leave it up for Wilson, but time expires.
It got nasty there at the end.
72-51 your final. Warren Central beats Greenwood for the 3rd time.